Hey, what's up, everybody? How's everyone doing out there today? Welcome back to Wildcat MTG. And today, I wanted to spend some time circling back to Bloomburrow and doing a Play Booster box opening. I did one of these, I think, probably during release weekend of Bloomburrow. And, that at that time, I don't really do pricing. I'm more concerned about just getting a feel for the product, having a chance to experience the actual product. But I know that with the Play Booster boxes specifically for Bloomburrow, that there's been some, let's say, concern about the value aspect of it. Now, it was fairly early on, and we get to see cards kind of break out and make their way into the meta. And so it's been a little over a month now, and I wanted to have a chance to circle back, re-experience the product. Actually, I haven't opened a ton of Bloomburrow for myself, just in general. So I wanted to give another shot and kind of talk about whether there's actual value at this point with the play boxes. So we'll do that, and there's definitely some hits I'm on the lookout for. There's some things that I'm hoping to pull for myself. Hopefully we see a few of those things. With that being said, why don't we go ahead and dive on in, and let's crack some packs. So as of the filming of this video, I will say the Play Booster boxes, at least from a price standpoint, are holding up. They're still about $135 right now, plus, of course, tax, whatever is applicable in your neck of the woods. And it definitely feels... I've watched a few box openings of the Play Booster box. I will say I was really happy with my initial Play Booster box. Again, that was release weekend, but I pulled a bunch of stuff that I was really thrilled about. That obviously isn't, it's a sample size of one. It's not a sample size at all, so it's not necessarily an indication of whether or not the product is good. It does feel like the collector box has a little bit more to offer, but I still think that now that we've kind of seen Bloomburrow shape up, that there's definitely some fun stuff in here. So here we go. All right. Start off with our little land. How about we start off with a mythic? Dragonhawk, Fate's Tempest. Wasn't really sure what to expect of this card, it being a 5/5 flying bird dragon. But it's actually a pretty cool card, and it does probably have a few bucks in value. It's not one of the bigger hits in the set, but it's probably in the, maybe $4 or $5 range, I think. So that's actually not a bad start. Pretty sweet card. Like I said, I think I kind of undervalued it. At least it does have an ETB, and then it just kind of snowballs if you get to attack with it. So, sweet card. Good, solid start. All right. At this point, again, we've had a chance to see Bloomburrow kind of emerge a little bit and make its way into the meta. The two most valuable cards in the set are actually rares at this point. One is 3 Tree City, which is super cool Kindred land. Oh, hey, foil rare is Mabel, Heir to Cragflame. Now, Mabel's not going to be like a big value hit, but I do like the card, and I think it's a really cool character, so I will put it up top. Love that. Neat. All right, how about I start? Wow, 2 packs, 2 mythics. Let's just do that. That's easy game. Easy game. Season of Loss, I like all the seasons, by the way. I think all the seasons are super neat, and they all have their strengths. I think Season of Loss is maybe in like the $4 to $5 range as well. Not like, a tremendous value hit, but at the same time, not a nothing burger. I'm quite satisfied with that. So, cool hit. Hunter's Talent. The classes in this set are really cool, and that ends up being one of the cards that has emerged kind of out of nowhere. I remember taking a look at Innkeeper's Talent when the set first got fully spoiled, and I was like, this card's kind of good. At the very least, it acts like Luminarch Aspirant or whatever, and even I was like, kind of didn't really go as far down as I needed to go. That's just a doubling season. So Innkeeper's Talent is another pretty valuable card. Cruel Claws Heist. I think it's also pushing about $20 right now. So having the 2 most valuable cards in the set individually be rares does tend to bode well, because then you're more likely to pull those. After that, there's a bunch of mythics on there. Maha's, of course, one. Yigra's one. Foil. Hey, how about a foil Mockingbird? This is a card that I also grossly undervalued or I don't know, I just kind of overlooked it when it first, because normally when you see 1 and X, you're like, okay, it's going to copy something equal to X. And I'm like, oh wait, that's actually not how it reads at all. You may have Mockingbird enter as a copy of any creature on the battlefield with a mana value less than or equal to the amount of mana you spent to cast Mockingbird. So it's a little funky, but you're getting credit for the 1, which makes it a really good value card. And I've seen Mockingbird do some really disgusting things. So pretty cool card. I think Mockingbird is like $4. It's probably about $5 for the for the foil copy. So that is a sweet, actually a couple of sweet rare hits as foil rares are concerned. Oh, hey, how about that? Okay, so we're going to start off, I should just throw away the rest of these packs, right? We're going to start off with 2 Mythics and then a 3 Tree City. And then a Whiskervale Forerunner. Neat. Double rare pack. Okay, we are on the board. 3 Tree City, again, as I mentioned, still running about 22, 23 bucks. Not dissatisfied with that. Pretty good. Pretty good. All right. Sonar Strike. Little Plains. Rare is a Thunder Trap Trainer. We had to end our streak of mythics and awesome cards at some point. Cool. So not bad. Again, I think Season of Loss is probably in the $4 to $5 range. I think the Tempest is also, the Dragonhawk is also somewhere in like, I think 3 to 5. All right. And of course, 3 Tree City, it is the hit we are looking for. Corpseberry Cultivator. I'm going to do this all day long. Hold on, let me adjust these piles, because otherwise I'm just going to keep messing them up. Rare is an Emberheart Challenger. Hey, this is a card that's seeing play as well. Running around doing its thing in mono red through Standard, which apparently Standard is like, well, I don't say apparently because I actually do play Arena as well. I mostly draft, but at the same time I do like to delve into Standard and just keep my finger on the pulse a little bit, and mono red is an absolute menace. Emberheart Challenger is like basically like a 3 or a 4 of in that deck, so I think this is about $3. Pretty good. Pretty good. All right, Stocking Pantry. All right, not bad. I do think the drawback that does seem to be apparent with the play boosters over the collector boosters, and maybe, I don't know, I guess it's all on point of view, whether you view it as a drawback or not, but is that there definitely seems to have toned down like the special treatments and the borderless and things like that that you can get in the play booster packs. Hearthborn Battler as our rare in that pack. So, you know, if you're not pulling borderless, I mean, and there's no real bonus sheets other than the special guests, and the special guests seem to be very difficult. I'm hearing, you know, somewhere in the neighborhood of, you know, between 1 in every 3 boxes. That's pretty tough. So obviously there's, you know, kind of, if that's the case, and that does seem to be the case, Alanya Divergent Storm as our rare in that pack. Oh, followed by the Trash Panda, Mira, the Trash Tactician. Kind of a cool card as well. I like that card. I should be on the lookout for the uncommon Patchwork Banner. I think it's like $3 or $4 as an uncommon right now. Pretty good. But, you know, I get it. It's, you know, if you're not seeing, like, there are, I think you can pull some of the shortcuts cards. I think you can pull, you know, some of the borderless cards, but there's not with... How about our third mythic, and how about it being Lumra? I think Lumra is still in the neighborhood of like $8 to $10 as well. That's a pretty good pull for us. I mean, again, not a complaint on my end. We've hit 3 mythics that I'm pretty pleased with so far. Yes, you would like a Maha or something like that, but Lumra is an absolute house, and this card just does a lot of work in limited as well. So sweet mythic, and again, I think Lumra's probably in the neighborhood of about 8 still. I think, and maybe for me, like, is OTJ, Outlaws of Thunder Junction, kind of been the pinnacle of play booster boxes at this point, and that's largely on the back of, it had 3 bonus sheets. One of them was kind of an accidental bonus sheet, but now maybe we're spoiled by that a little bit. How about a borderless Field Notes Ygritte? And I really do like these arts. These are really cool. I think the borderless Ygritte is running. I pulled a foil one of these in my first play booster box, and that's like 23 or something like that. So I think this one's probably about 18. Also a dynamic mythic hit for us. Really strong. But you know, did OTJ kind of spoil us a little bit because it had big score, breaking news, and special guest? Maybe. Maybe that's the case a little bit, right? That does seem to be, like I said, about the pinnacle of play booster boxes to this point. All right. Valley Flamecaller. I think the Flamecaller cycle is a really good cycle as far as, like, just cool playable rares. I don't remember if Valley Flamecaller is above $3 right now. I don't think so. I could be wrong about that. Curious Forger. All right, last pack of the first column, and might I say that the first column has been pretty good to us, to say the least. We are at 4 mythics, all of which I really enjoy and like. A couple of strong foil rares, including one of the better rares in the set in general. And a 3-Tree City, which is still the most valuable rare in the set. Ooh, a Vine Lasher. This is a card I really looked at like right when the set was being previewed. I was like, I think this card's quite good. And I think that still remains the case. I think Vine Lasher is right around $3 to $4. So a pretty good solid rare. Not unhappy with that. Wow, heck of a first column in that box, if I do say so myself. I think Bloomburrow is probably, you know, I don't know that it's ever going to be, maybe as time marches on and if 3-Tree City goes, you know, years without a reprint, that sort of thing, like maybe just because of the commander aspect of that card, it creeps its way up to the $30 plus range. I don't know that Bloomburrow is going to have that benefit otherwise of having like a $40 Valid Quest Caller, cool, of having like a Paw Patch Recruit, double rare pack. Paw Patch Recruit is kind of a neat card as well. But just because it's very creature-centric, I don't know if it's going to have the benefit of having, you know, $40 or $50 mythic in it, but it might just have a ton of $3 to $5 to $7 cards in it, and that's okay, right? It sort of increases the floor on your boxes, but also, you know, lowers the ceiling as well. And I'm okay with cutting down on variants because, to me, I tend to look for a stronger floor over a bigger ceiling. Artisan's Talent, Bandit's Talent. All right, we are looking for the Innkeeper's Talent. By the way, of the talent cycle, and there is a uncommon and a rare cycle of talents for each. Well, of course, it's a cycle. Innkeeper's Talent we talked about. Caretaker's Talent is another really good card, and that's up to like $11 as a rare. Hivespine Wolverine as a foil uncommon. Little Island. Scrap Shooter. Raccoon Archer. And then the black talent, what is it called? So Ravager's Talent or Scavenging Talent, I think. There we go. It's like $3 at this point. I think it saw its way get up to like $5 or $6 at one point. It's kind of sitting at like $3 right now. But of the 5 talents for the rares, that's cool. There's our gold stamp card. 3 of them being actual hits is a good place to be. One of them being the Fountain Port. There we go. This is a card I saw, again, I think I pointed this out in the first box. It's just a really good Swiss Army knife. Like, it does a little bit of everything. You can just tap it for mana, and that's fine. It'll sit on the battlefield as just a land that's tapping for colorless most of the game. But as attrition kind of works its way in, being able to either generate a mana or being able to draw a card or you know, a blocker or something like that, really good card. I thought it might see play. It is seeing standard play. I think it's up to like $5 or $6 as well. So that's, you know, again, just one of those really good rares. It's good value. Okay, all right. About the halfway point. Reptilian Recruiter. Foil Plains. Rare. How about we just go ahead and knock out both of the 2 strongest hits in the set? Yeah, we got our 3-Tree City, and now we got our Innkeeper's Talent. We are rolling. We are rolling along. Perfect. Well, this box is already everything I needed it to be and more. And I got a Yeager in there, a Borderless, and a Lumra. Got 1 Season in there. I wouldn't mind Season of the Burrow. That's just that's the white one. I think that's up to like $7 as well. Oh, Caretaker's Talent. If I'm gonna get super greedy, let's go ahead and pull one of those as well. Salvation Swan. Stop looking at me, Swan. Mouse Trapper. Yep. No Paw Patch banner or what are they called? Not Paw Patch. Patchwork banners. Yet. All right. Starseer Mentor. Foil Mountain. Tender. Wild Guide. Wear Down. The Moose. The Moose is loose. All right. A little bit past the halfway point at this point in the box. And needless to say, I am quite happy. And again, really at this point, Caretaker's Talent and pulling like a special guest, maybe a Maha as far as a mythic is concerned, is about optimal. How about we pull a second Yeager? We'll pull the non-foil one as well. Also sitting at $15. So We are hitting on pretty much all cylinders at this point. I don't think we've really... Zorline. Actually, Zorline? I don't remember Zorline's value or not. I'm going to say no. I could be wrong. I don't think it's above 3. Could be incorrect about that. Kind of a cool card, though. All right. Double Egra. Rare Osteomancer Adept. Also a card I like. I do not believe it is above our $3 threshold, but it's a rare that I like. So, naturally, I'm going to put it up top. Cool. All right. I will say that it has not been my set from a limited standpoint. Like, I've done okay in drafting it. I have not been crushing it with this set, but I do have fun drafting it. And that's important. Even if it hasn't been my set, even if I'm not great at this particular set for whatever reason, Kidnap, I have enjoyed it. Have enjoyed the limited experience, specifically draft. Okay, 2 packs left in the center column. Center column has been quite good to us as well. Dowerport Mage. Yeah, okay. Peerless, Recycling, Feed. Still no banners that I've seen. It's possible that I've missed them. I was kind of flying through them in the beginning, but... Early Winter. Got our land. The seasonal lands is kind of a cool thing. Dawn's Truce. Hey, there we go. Good quality rare. I think, I think regular Dawn's Truce is probably... I'm going to split the difference. I was going to say 4 to 6, so I'll just say 5. But a card that is also seeing play as well. So this is a good card. Bandit's Talent. Sinister Monolith. Okay. Into the last... Move some things around here. Into the last column, and overall, super happy with this box so far. I mean, again, hitting the 2 best rares, the 2 most valuable cards at this point. Like that's what you're looking for from those boxes. Yes, yes, please. I will take more Innkeeper's Talents and 3 Tree Cities, and pretty happy with the Mythic selection thus far as well. Interestingly, so we're at 5 Mythics. I'm not quite sure what to expect from a Mythic count from these Play Booster boxes. Thinking it's like 5 to 7, but definitely could be wrong on that. Dream Dew Entrancer. That card is a menace and limited. Hey, there we go. Finally, a Patchwork Banner. Cool. That's like a $3 to $4 uncommon. Super good. Okay. Treetop Sentries. Got our... I do like that they did the seasons on them. It's weird that they added a Portent of Calamity. It's weird that they added like basically a rarity level to the full art basic lands by making the percentage of the time that you pull a season to be different percentages. Like winter is only 10% of the time. I think, autumn or whatever it is 20% and it scales up from there, spring and summer. There we go. So Winter Plains. Fecund Green Shell. Kind of qualifies as a very good limited card. Okay. Can we nab ourselves a special guest? Scales of Shale. Also pretty good in limited. Swamp. There we go. Neat. There is. So we've hit 2 out of the 3 Scavenger's Talents that are currently carrying value. Again, I think the black one is about $3 at this point. But yeah, I'm not thumbing my nose at that. Absolutely will take that. It is a good card. So what we are looking for at this point is Caretaker's Talent. See if we can nab a couple more Mythics in here. At this point, I won't even complain about the Mythic selection, whatever they are. And is there a special guest? Balin the Haymaker. Good old Balin. Good card. Got to build around it, but boy, Balin does some things. All right. Ravine Raider. Mountain. Valley Rock Collar. I think this thing is right on the cusp of like $3. I'm going to put it up top. It might not be quite there, but I'm going to go with it close enough. Plus, it's a card I really like. 2 for a 1/3. Squirrel Warlock Menace, and when it attacks each opponent, loses X life, and you gain X life, where X is the number of other squirrels, bats, lizards, and rats you control. Pretty good. Okay, all right. Looks like we got about 6 packs left. I don't know. I get it, like, but can I say, like, selfishly, it's also kind of nice to have a play booster box that doesn't have 75 different variants in it and not have to memorize all that. Selfishly, I said it. Manifold Mouse does see some fringe play. I don't think it's value at this point. I think it's under $1, but it's a good little card. Short Bow. Short Bow is quite good in limited. Good for kind of doing the Nadu thing and just bouncing it around and triggering all your Valiant triggers. All right. Any other juice left? It's been a while since we've seen a Mythic. Hey, there we go. There is a showcase. It is a Whisker Veil Forerunner. Not going to be a big value hit. I will say that some of the showcases actually have a pretty decent premium on them. Like I mentioned, like Mockingbird, I think is just a regular, as the base copy is like $4. I think the showcase is like $8, and I think the foil version of it is like the foil showcase version of it is like $13. So some of these, not all of them, but some of the showcases, people really dig them, really like the art, and some of them actually are carrying like a secondary premium on them. Phineas, Ace Archer, neat. Phineas is the lone raised foil that I have pulled for myself. Cool little card. All right, looks like we have 4 packs left. Cruel Claws Heist, also in the showcase version. That I think it's called like the Woodland Frame or something like that. There we go. We didn't hit the cycle per se, but if you're looking for the value cycle, we have hit the value cycle. We hit the Innkeeper's talent, the Caretaker's talent, and the Scavenger's talent in the same box. Let's freaking go. You know, if you haven't read this card and you're wondering, like, why is this thing like $11, $12, pause it and read it. It's good. It's really good. Okay. 3 packs left. We haven't seen a Mythic in forever, and at this point, I'm not even going to complain. Like, this box is great. Don't even care. All right, Bellowing Crier. Little forest action. Rare is Vren the Relentless. Vren is a pretty good card in its own right. Definitely apply, like, you have to apply effort to it, but it's a card. Honestly, about the only other thing I think we could ask for as far as like hits are concerned is like maybe Maha. That's probably about it. I feel like we've hit all the other like big stuff. Hey, Kindred Charge. So we hit a special guest, and it's a Kindred Charge. I think Kindred Charge is about $3 to $5. It's not going to set the world afire, but it's in the right set for the special guest. All the special guest treatments look really cool, and if you're building a Kindred deck and it's red in it, Kindred Charge, it belongs. It's a cool card. Very, very cool. So we did pull a special guest. I'm excited about that. Salvation Swan, this time in the showcase version. Last pack here. I put it over in this pile. It's not a Womp Womp Mythic. I just wanted to showcase it. Like normally I kind of do left pile, right pile. And the right pile are the of Mythics that I care less about. Like they're maybe not as valuable, but foil rare. How about a third foil rare? It is Dark Star Augur. Actually, kind of a cool card. It's a risky card. It can be your best friend or your worst enemy, but it is a good card. I don't think it's above $3, but I'm going to put it over in the good rare pile because I like the card. And how about hey, you know what? There we go. Warren Warleader. It's not going to be one of your big value hits as far as Mythics are concerned, but it's a card I actually don't have any copies of myself, so I am quite pleased with this. Very, very cool. And that is not the worst way to end a box. Heirloom Epic, Parting Gust. And that will do it there. All right, so let me just break this down real quick. First and foremost, I should probably say My interpretation of this particular box is that this is a really strong box. Ygritte is one of the more valuable mythics in the set still, so hitting the borderless Field Notes version and the regular version, which are probably like 15 and 18 respectively. Lumber's probably like 8. Again, I think the Dragonhawk and Season are probably like 4-ish respectively. Great, so we're automatically doing well. We hit a special guest, even if it's not the most valuable one. I'll take any special guest there. Hitting the 3 most valuable rares and the two most single valuable cards in the set with 3 Tree City and Innkeeper's Talent, Caretaker's Talent being like 11 to 12. And then just hitting a bunch of 4, 5, 3, $3 cards. I think this is a pretty good box. And as I kind of said as I was opening packs, I think Bloomburrow, it may not have, or it's going to take time before Innkeeper's Talent and 3 Tree City become $30 cards. It just might be a set for a while that has a lot of $3 to $4 to $5 hits where you don't feel bad about pulling it. You're like, okay, I like this card. It's going to have some middling value to it. It's not going to have an $80 shield in it or whatever, but I think it's going to have a relatively high floor, but maybe a little bit lower ceiling as a result. Certainly an enjoyable set. I think this is a pretty exceptional box. That's going to do it for me today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, do me a favor. If you're not subscribed already, hit the subscribe button for me. Hit the like button for me, and by all means, drop me some comments. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so much, everybody, and be well.